Ahoy, mateys! Are you ready to go on a deep dive in search of true crime treasure?
What? No, Dave, I'm just recording the new episode. Yeah, it's still recording, but the editing team could just cut this part out. You're welcome for the job security editing. No, they can't hear you. I'm recording with a headset mic. Well, I know we already did the Redbeard episode. This one's on Captain Cutler. I think people like people like pirates. Pirates of the Caribbean made a lot of... All right, yeah. I'll just record it normal then. Okay, got it. Yeah, have a good night, Dave.
Are ye ready to walk the plank of a new mystery?
Yeah, I knew you were still there. It was a joke, Dave. Sorry. Good night. The ocean is a place of magic, a place of wonder. It's a world where each mode of transportation is a dance, every organism flowing to the same tune of the sea. It's also a criminal underworld, blanketed by the waves overhead that conceal activities too illegal for most landlubbers to handle. One place even the bravest divers wouldn't want to swim to is the graveyard of ships, the final resting spot of many a vessel. But tonight, we're going to focus on one specific boat laid to rest at the bottom of the sea, the yacht of Captain Cutler, a ship that he once used for transportation that is now the final resting place of his skeleton. Glowing green footprints dot the sands of Rocky Point Beach. Those quick enough to trace their steps might catch a glimpse of a scuba diver returning to water, himself glowing a radioactive green. The moment the diver's helmet floats into the hands of Scooby-Doo, the chase was on. Because as our viewers know, mysterious glowing footprints are nothing new to Mystery Incorporated. The diver descends back into the ocean, recovering from the beach party the night before at their local malt shop. Mystery Incorporated took notice of a newspaper article documenting the disappearance of ships in those same waters. Where could they have gone? Well, if you ask Ebenezer Scrooge, if you ask Ebenezer Shark, if you ask Ebenezer Shark, they were snatched up by Captain Cutler's ghost. You see, Mr. Shark believes that Cutler's enacting revenge on those who sail his seas, his soul filled with too much life to be cut short even once his body has sunken to the bottom of the ocean floor. Although the gang is perturbed by the sight of scuba diving gear at Mr. Shark's residence, they couldn't help but ask themselves, could Captain Cutler have been who they saw that night? An echo of a laugh that once floated along the open ocean, a laugh that could stop a great white in its tracks, a laugh that could puncture and deflate a pufferfish, a laugh that could only belong to Captain Cutler. Oh, hey, Becky? Are you headed out? Are you heading out? I just wanted to say, before you go, I think we made a pretty good team working on the Snow Ghost episode. People around the office have been talking about it, and I think it's something to talk about. Yeah, I was just wondering, Scooby-Dooby-Doo, you want to go out to dinner with me? Yeah, as friends. What else will we go as? Enemies? No, I was hoping your boyfriend would be there. Dave. Not like our Dave, though. Oh, our Dave. Wow. No, I'm so happy for you both. I definitely could see it. I could see it so well. I have to try and block it out of my mind. So happy for you. Well, see you tomorrow, dude. And I forgot. I have to do some field research on the Zeke the zombie case. So tomorrow probably won't work for me anyways, actually. I'd better get back to work now. Who might know better than Captain Cutler's own wife? Detective Shaggy, Scooby, and Velma head to interrogate her at her home, a creepy lighthouse, while Freddy and Daphne keep an eye on their new suspect, Ebenezer Shark. Unfortunately, the 1960s were a different time, so ears were raised at the discovery that Mrs. Cutler is a practicing witch. In today's climate, this may be considered an act of discrimination. We at the Scooby-Doo Files aim to document rather than directly comment on the nature of these investigations. Mrs. Cutler alleges that she accidentally brought her husband back from his watery grave, and he is now free once more to commit his revenge across the open ocean, a mistake all too many of us have made at one point or another. What's more, the gang find glowing seaweed just outside of her residence. Glowing seaweed that could only be found at one location, the Graveyard of Ships.
There it is, Graveyard of Ships.
And there is where their discovery takes them, and where they encounter the ghost of Captain Cutler, who dwells within a creepy cove aboard his ghastly yacht. Not one's afraid to get their hands, and the rest of themselves, wet in order to get the job done. The gang goes diving to get to the bottom of all of this. Here is where they discover Captain Cutler's mortal body, or what one would be led to believe were his remains. But the trained eye of Freddie Jones was quick to perceive this body was too dang old to have possibly belonged to Cutler. But if it wasn't the body of Captain Cutler, then whose body is it? They didn't have much time to dwell on that before the ghost gave chase. During this chase, Detective Dew happens upon a collection of scuba tanks. This wasn't the only clue they found, also noticing that the glowing footprints led to the same cove into which they followed the spooky yacht. Sitting down to take all this information in, Shaggy sits down on what might appear to be a rock, but was in actuality a secret switch that opened up the side of the cliff. This wasn't just any secret entrance, but a secret door to an aquatic parking garage filled with the same vessels that had been going missing, currently undergoing fresh paint jobs so they wouldn't be noticed as the same ships, and driven there by cleverly hidden secret submarines. Scrappy Squad, I don't know about you, but this case is starting to make me hungry. Their investigation led to a stakeout, complete with a trap. Freddy once commented that he sees his creative process behind devising traps as something akin to weaving a dream catcher meant to contain nightmares. This one certainly caught an image to keep one up all night long, the very same image that hung upon a wall of Mrs. Cutler's lighthouse. None other than Captain Cutler himself, alive and in the flesh. It turns out that Mrs. Cutler's little ghost story about bringing her husband back from the dead was nothing more than a misdirect to lead them astray. She was in on the whole operation, her lighthouse guiding ships to their demise. The criminal couple would repaint and resell the ships they collected. And that eerie glow giving Captain Cutler his ghostly appearance? Nothing but glow rubbed off from the seaweed they found outside of Mrs. Cutler's lighthouse. With the villains in cuffs and the morbid puzzle of their MO solved, this case was considered by Mystery Incorporated to be closed. Hey, Mom. Yeah, I'm just having a rough day at the office. I don't know if I really fit in here. I'm starting to feel stupid for leaving Jabberjaw. I'm starting to feel embarrassed. I might have to see if that offer Dad gave about helping with the construction jobs is still on the table. Yeah, I remember why I wanted this job in the first place. Yeah, I remember why Mystery Incorporated were my heroes growing up. Do I really need to say it? Because as scared as Scooby and Shaggy were, they always confronted their fears and realized the faces behind the masks weren't quite as scary as they seemed. Yeah, you're right. Thank you, Mom.
And thank ye for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment.
Oh, I was just wrapping up the recording real quick on this. Hold on, let me turn it off.